Hey guys, it's jcsreborn journey here, and in this video, I'm going to have a really serious talk with you guys. I know that a lot of you guys are concerned about my well-being, and this is, I guess we'll call it a therapy session, because what I'm going to discuss with you is very, very private, personal, and might help you guys understand the whole situation better, not just like what my behaviors are, to actually know what's going on in my head. And I have to say though that I'm letting you know right now that this is very adult talk. We're going to be talking about dysphoria, which is the transition and transgender and death and just a lot of things. There might be some sexual content in here, and I'm just letting you know that this may not be suited for children, but there are probably children or young teenagers that possibly feel these ways, and this might help you. But also, one of the reasons why I like to do these kinds of videos is also so you guys can see how I do work through these things and what I like, don't like, and all that stuff. So, here we go. We're going to talk about what's going on. So, first and foremost, just to start, my body aches all the time. So, I'm in constant pain. That sucks to start with. And I'm going to let you know that right up front, you're probably going to hear swear words, and if you do, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, but it happens. So I want to kind of talk to you a little bit about what has happened since I've talked to you last. I think I told you that I went to the transgender doctor on Tuesday, and that was like a fucking nightmare. It was like 2 hours, and I don't understand. Am I speaking a different language? Do you not understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Like, I didn't know this was that hard to understand. You know what it is? Doctors have their way of thinking, and they're like, you're the patient, we're the doctor, you do what we want to do. And I did my education, and why do I know more about it than you guys? Like, that's really kind of hard. Now, someone had mentioned to me before on YouTube that, why wouldn't you go to a different doctor? And in the transgender area, that is a very scarce, it's hard to find good, a transgender doctor, let alone a good one. Now, I did like the guy I saw. He was really patient, and to be honest with you, I was like hysterical and crying, and just, I've like really had it. And you gotta remember, the night before they were trying to hospitalize me, so that in itself was probably just everything just coming all at once. So as you know, I was overdosing all week, and it wasn't helping. It was actually making things worse, not better. Because now I couldn't do PT right. My back was hurting me more. I'm having pain right now just sitting here talking to you. Sorry, I'm just having a lot of pain today. On top of that, my doctor, my PCP, doesn't want me taking the pain medicine that was helping me with my pain because it's irritating my stomach, probably because I've been taking it for many, many years now, so it's really hard. So anyways, the guy was pretty patient considering I think any of you, if you saw me in that state, you'd been like, what the hell, JC? Like, get a grip. But, just a lot of emotions. It's really hard being transgender and transitioning and feeling so dysphoric and wanting to die because of it. I mean, it's really painful. And right now, I'm, we were saying, oh yeah, it's Dennis, I'm grieving, blah, 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 but it's actually everything. It's not just Dennis. I'm really dysphoric. I've lost over I've lost like 15 pounds, but I'm like counting the pounds, blah, blah, blah. I'm just, uh, have a lot of anxiety, and I feel like I'm going crazy. And the one thing about me that you guys need to know is that I'm a fighter, and when there's a problem, I want to fix it, and I will find a way to do that. So I do go and search for the help that I need, and if I'm not getting it, or I don't see I'm getting it in that place, I look somewhere else. Like, I'm always trying to find help. So I realized, so Wednesday night into Thursday, now I did start doing more self-harm, but then I stopped. I took a shower for like an hour, and then didn't get out until I felt safe, and tried to relax, and was able to finally go to sleep, and actually slept pretty good that day and felt better yesterday. Like, I started off feeling like, okay, I was clear-headed enough that I could really have a conversation with myself and be like, what is going on, and what am I feeling, and what is making me feel this way. And I think when you find out like what the problems are, it makes it easier to then, relax your brain and be like, okay, I think I can handle this. So yes, I am grieving very badly, but I'm also very dysphoric, and I don't like my body, and I know I'm transitioning, and I know it doesn't happen overnight, but every day, the anxiety, just talking about it's giving me anxiety. Today, there's just a lot of things going on. So, just going home. Home is supposed to be a place where you can feel comfortable and safe and relax. And my home, just going, brings me anxiety. It's stressing me out. As you guys all know, I'm OCD, and I need an organized home. My home hasn't been organized since I've been here, and it's like making it hard for me to breathe. Again, having anxiety just talking about it, but I need to talk about it, right? So, I'm sure you guys are wondering what's going on with the whole teeth thing, and we'll talk about that real quick. So, last Friday was my breaking point. My dysphoria, when I was at PT, and I had to go and I had to do a certain thing there was a mirror there, and I saw what I saw back, because I smile with teeth or without teeth. Like, I always smile. People don't know how I really feel, because I always am like that happy-go-lucky, that's what I look like. But what's going on inside could be different. And usually that was a lot of times why it was hard for me to get help when I was younger, because I hid it so well. But this is because I'm just such a, I guess a high-spirited, like, just, I don't know, just a kid at heart. Love to just, play, I guess. But I didn't like what I saw when I looked back. And just looking in the camera, talking with you guys, just feeling really dysphoric. My face, it's complicated, because when I don't have my dentures in, I feel dysphoric. When I do have my dentures in, just the tops, that's all I'm talking about, that's all I can do, I feel fat. So I have dysphoria either way, but I feel more comfortable maybe with the dentures in versus them out. So you guys can know like where I'm at there. I wore them all day Monday. I wore them all day Tuesday. I wore them all day Wednesday. And I wore them all day Thursday. And by Wednesday, I was starting to get pain in my gums. And Thursday morning, I made 2 phone calls. So I was really stressing, like, I need to know when I can go back so I can finally get a teaching for the T-shot. So I called Wednesday, I called Thursday. Finally, we got a time set up for next Tuesday at 12:30. Thank God. Let's hope it goes. Cross your fingers that it actually works good, right? Now, I'm also letting you know this is going to be a long conversation, so grab some popcorn, take a break, take a bathroom break, whatever. Pause me. It's okay, but this is good information if you want to know this, right? Because I'm talking about everything with you. So, I mean, I'm just having a lot of things going on at once, and not guilt, do I do this, do I do that, I just, the other thing is, I think it's just, I'm really lost. I've never taken care of myself. I've always taken care of Dennis. I never really had to think about me. So, I know I was dysphoric with Dennis, but I didn't really, yes, I did think about it, and I did my things I needed to do to help my dysphoria during those times, but it was kind of blocking. I think I was just, denying all that, and I do really want kids, and that was another thing I think that, is hurting me. Yes, I love kids, and I would want kids, but I know right now wouldn't be in my best interest for me or the child. But yeah, having a little rugrat running around would probably bring me joy, yes. And hoping it doesn't have to be my own kid, but I'm hoping that, in the near future, 5 years or so, that I could fall in love with somebody and have kids with them. Obviously I can't give the kid, do it that way, but I'm very open-minded to just about anything. But also just the whole getting pregnant and being pregnant and having the baby was also affecting my dysphoria. So it was really a challenge. I'm sure that some of you are saying, oh, you should get a dog, blah, blah, blah. You also have to care for the dog, and if you can't care for yourself, how do you care for a dog? I'm not saying I don't want to get a dog, but right now, it may not be in my best interest because I'm trying to have top surgery. Now, after top surgery, maybe. But there's a whole thing you have to do in this place here. You have to get a doctor letter, you have to do this, you have to do that, blah, blah, blah. Then you have to, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know how to explain it. And when I'm ready to do that, if that's what I want to do, do I think having a dog would be great? Yeah, sure. I'd love to have a little dog, but I can't do that right now. So it's just not. I know some people are like, get a job or volunteer somewhere, and I just can't do any of this right now. I need to find me. I also have absolutely no social life whatsoever, and I'm really dysphoric about the whole thing. So, people judge people by what they see and what they feel is true or whatever, and being transgender, you are literally stuck in the wrong sex. So, and it's funny because I was talking to my brother the other day, and he was, I was trying to tell him, oh, well, maybe, I'd be more, I gotta act more like a guy, and he's like, you've always, you are a guy, you've always acted like a guy, there's nothing that you do that is girl-related. So I'm always finding it hard for me that, it kills me right now. And I'll talk to you about a little bit what's going on dysphoria-wise in public that's really, killing me right now, that might have not hurt me before. I mean, yes, it's bothered me, but it's like really bothering me now. Probably because I'm going through the transition. Um, so dysphoria is definitely a big part of my life right now that is killing me. Um, I'm kind of losing track of what I was talking about. Um, so I did totally lost it. I know what I want to say, but I forget exactly what I was trying to say real quick. Um, so anyways, we'll talk about the public, um, in public. So just clothing alone, I was having a really hard time this week with just putting clothes on and feeling comfortable in my clothes. And as you can see, there's clothes around me. And sadly, today I'm going through all my clothes and I'm trying everything on. I'm matching outfits with outfits that I, would like to wear or try and wear, like the one I'm wearing. Um, I'm having a really hard time because clothes are making me feel fatter. I feel really fat. Like, I feel like I'm 500 pounds when I'm not. I weighed 170 when Dennis died, and I weigh 155 today, or 154. So, I would like to lose weight, gain muscle. Like, I don't care if I weigh 170 as long as I'm muscular, not fat. Um, so, public, first of all, just seeing my name, my birth name on anything, like right now my license is expired. I do have a license in another state, so I can still drive technically, but now we're having a big thing where we have to change everything over, and I might end up having to have my birth name on my license, and that's killing, like, just killing me. Like, I can't see my birth name. And just so you guys are aware, I hated my my last name just as much as I hated my birth name, so I hated like all three, so I changed all three. And for those that write me letters, you can find out my name, my new name. You'll never find out my birth name. That's how bad I hate it. Like every time I hear girl or ma'am or anything like that, like, or my birth name, I want to die. Like, I just want to kill myself right there. I'm like, am I really, you know, do I really look that much like a girl? I think well, I'm big-breasted, so that's, definitely adds stress to dysphoria. I know I'm not the only transgender person out there that has to deal with this. I know there are a lot of them. So if you're watching, reach out. We understand each other. But so in public, and same thing, like even my brother last night, because I went out with my family for just a short time. Like, I met them there somewhere, but I won't eat out. I'm really just like, my dysphoria is making me have an eating disorder now. I am eating, but I'm not really eating that much. It's like just protein drinks, protein bars, bananas, yogurt, and Metafast. That's it. And I'm fine with that, because at least if I know that I'm eating something every 3 hours, I'm happy. Like, I don't really care at this point. If I can lose weight, let's keep losing it. People think that if you lose weight, you'll gain it back. And if I just stick with what I'm doing and just keep doing it and don't worry about eating so much, then I'm not gonna have to worry. Like, something about it slows your metabolism down, but if I'm eating every 3 hours, how is that doing that? As long as you're sticking to a schedule, But yeah, so seeing my name is a really, really big thing. So about that, I did go to the court. I'm sure you guys heard me say that before, but I went to court on Monday and I'm waiting for the paperwork. So I don't know if it got there yesterday or today. I'm gonna ask and find out. Actually, my brother. I'm going to actually ask him right now. Can you see if the paperwork came in from the court? Because I need that. I need to get that done. Like, it's driving me absolutely insane. I think that once my name is legally changed, and I legally change it on, like, you know, important documents, and in doctor's offices, and in, you know, just different things like that, your insurance, you know, all that stuff, I think I'll start feeling better. Also, I'm waiting for a top surgery date. I do feel less stressed because I guess my insurance has to approve it, and then I still have to come up with $1,500, and my mom's just really helping me out with that because I was really stressing. And also, like I say, I'm going to talk about things that may be hard for some of you guys to hear or understand, but we're going to talk about it. So, part of people that are transgender, they have things that can help them feel more comfortable with their body. And because I'm big-breasted, I couldn't do this until after surgery, but it's definitely something I need to have. And they have either prosthetics, or they call them packers. They look like, you know, they also have STPs, so I'll explain it really quickly. So a prosthetic is a really expensive one, and they look very real. They look like a penis. They have the ball. They feel whatever, blah, blah, blah. I do have some packers. They are made out of silicone, just like our silicone babies are made out of. You know, packers really are just to make the bulge, make it look like you have something down there. Now, I don't feel comfortable wearing something like that. I do feel like I'm missing that every day I wake up, but I would be more dysphoric if I were to wear that out without looking more like a guy. So I would feel more comfortable if I had a deeper voice, I didn't have boobs, and my stomach wasn't so fat. I mean, I don't really look that fat to everybody else, but I just feel really fat there. And my mental state was affecting my physical therapy, and I knew that I had to do something so I could, because physical therapy is going to help me with my transition. If I'm not in physical therapy and it's not working, I can't transition properly, because I need to get my body ready to be able to exercise and do the things. And that's the other thing that's frustrating me, really, like pissing me off really bad. So my body's in a lot of pain. Now I can't take my pain medicine. I really want to exercise like 5 days a week and can't. And that, I think, is killing me even more. I don't know if I really explained it to my PT guy, but PT wasn't working unless I would relax the muscles. So yesterday we started, we're going to do this once a week. We're going to probably try 4 to 6 weeks to start, but we're going to be doing massage therapy. So massage therapy is not just to help me physically, but also to help me mentally. And I really liked the atmosphere, and I loved the woman, and you know, it really, even though you had to take your clothes off, I felt comfortable enough. Like, I know what I need, and I have to do what I need to do it. Like, for example, yes, I don't like taking my clothes off in front of doctors, but my dysphoria is so bad that if I don't let them do what they need to do so I can have top surgery, I obviously can't get it done, right? So I did have to take my clothes off from top up. But for me, I see myself as a guy. Like, unless I'm looking in the mirror or seeing my reflection or whatever, I feel like a guy. I see myself as a guy, and as long as I don't look down, I'm good. So that's kind of what I did. It's just telling me it's time to eat. It's yeah, as long as I don't look down. So when I was at the doctor's office, that's exactly how I had to do it. Like, I'm at home and I'm, you know, as long as I looked up and didn't look at what he was doing, I was fine. And I knew that I had to do what I had to do in order to get it done. They have to take pictures, they have to do measurements. I know that when you go actually in for the surgery, they're going to have to start writing on you, which is going to, I think, be a little harder for me. I think I would feel more uncomfortable if there were more people in the room. So if it was just like the doctor and a nurse, I'd be fine. I just don't think I could have like family in there too. I think that would be harder for me. But let's see. What was I going to say? So I remember kind of what I was going to talk about, a little bit about like what my feelings are in regards to this, and when I was telling you about how people judge and stuff. So I see myself as a guy. I understand, yes, I was with Dennis, but there was not really a lot of sexual, like, it wasn't a sexual relationship. We were like two guys hanging out, having fun, doing guy stuff. There was no sex involved. I mean, yeah, you know, I mean, Dennis knew about my transgender. He knew about my dysphoria, and we, you know, used that. I'm not going to go into detail of like what we, or how I can't really explain it. I actually, for the first time in my life, actually talked about some of the sexual things, how I feel about stuff, and to my counselor yesterday, which was really hard. Because I've never discussed it before with anybody. But sex for me is really hard in many ways. So I can tell you vaguely, without going into too much detail, of how my brain was shaped in a sexual way. So when I was a child, let's just say there were some sexual abuse that had happened. I won't go into detail on what it was or what I saw or what happened to me or whatever, but that shapes it right there. And when I say I was young, I was very young. When I was 5, I had that urge that I was the wrong sex, and fought with Mom and Dad and whoever else was fighting. Oh, the worst was my stepmother. Oh my God, that sucked. My parents got divorced when I was 5, so here I am, dysphoric, really emotional because of the abuse that had happened, and this wasn't just one encounter. This was multiple encounters, and we'll just say different events. How's that for an answer? And this happened from the time I was 5 to 10. So, how about this? You want the details? I'm planning on writing a book. I think writing a book would probably be really healthy for me, but also to help other people who have all the problems that I have, and how maybe it will help them, you know? Between the death of Dennis and the transition and that and bipolar and anxiety and everything, right? So, you want to know the details, you'll have to buy my book when I can publish it. First I gotta write it. But I am kind of thinking about that. So anyways, so as a kid, you know, just sex was always like sawed off as a bad thing. Like, adults around me were saying, that's bad, that was really bad. So I think that just fucked me up to start with. You know, so for me, sex always feels dirty. Like a dirty, a very uncomfortable situation. So now, try imagining feeling like you're trapped in the wrong body, sexually wise. So I see myself as a guy having sex with a straight woman. Um, and I have had more relationships with women than men. Um, Dennis was a whole nother level of whatever. Like, that was more spiritual and just, it's just a whole nother level. Sex wasn't an issue. And I think that was one of the reasons why I liked and felt comfortable with it, is because I wasn't pressured and feeling so uncomfortable with it. So for me, like right now, like, yeah, it's only been 3 months, but I'm having a lot of mixed feelings. I want to be with a woman. I want to be a father. I always was like that. Even when I was a teenager, I used to role play how I was the dad, and I would, have my son, really wanted a son, and do guy stuff with my son. And, back then, knowing that would never happen, I used to spend hours just role playing. And when I was a teenager, role playing was really a big thing. Like, I mean, I don't know if it was a healthy role play or not, but I did. It's different than what I do with the babies. This is role playing completely in your head. You may talk out loud. You may do different behaviors or actions, but you're not doing it with anybody or anything. It's just literally like almost like a fantasy. Could that be a reality or not? Now, my height does play a little bit in the dysphoria, but it's not the worst thing for me. If I had a woman that was a little taller than me, I don't really care, as long as you're beautiful inside and out. My type is blonde and blue eyes. That's what I like. I have seen a few darker hair women that I find attractive, but I feel dirty when I feel this way. Like, when I find somebody that's attractive and everybody sees me as a girl, not a guy. I see myself as a guy with a girl, and, not gay. I'm not gay. I don't see myself as being gay. Everybody always likes to label people, and honestly, I'm game for whatever, as long as me and the other person are compatible. I mean, sex is only 4% of a relationship. There's a lot more that goes into a relationship than just sex. It's a nice part of it, but it's not all of it. So I just don't want, like, you also have to find, I mean, it's not like you're just gonna, like, okay, find a girl and now you're gonna sleep with them. You're obviously going to find somebody that you can care about, spend time with, enjoy your time together. That is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a friendship that could possibly turn into a relationship. But again, feeling so dysphoric about it, I don't know if I could, I would still feel really dysphoric about it until I started feeling more comfortable with myself. And honestly, am I in any shape, place, mentally to do that? But at the same token, I'm like, would it help? I need physical connection. I'm not a person that likes to sit on a computer or play video games. I don't have the attention span for that. I'd rather clean than do that. Like, I'm not into virtual reality. I need real life, hands-on, let's go bowling, let's go do this. And that's the other thing that's frustrating me. I can't even do that. Like, my PT guy, he's just like, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. So, can't play basketball, can't go bowling, like, what can I do? So, I mean, my back hurts so bad. It hurts to do this you know, clean this place up, and I have to. So, speaking of cleaning the place and stuff, I'm having a hard time with a lot of things in my home. It's not the actual stuff, it's what it is or what it represents. So, Dennis's stuff, is it hurting me more than helping me here? Is it harder to, like, I'm not trying to erase him, but is keeping too much of his stuff not healthy for me? Make more room for my own stuff, new stuff, stuff that I want to have and move on with. Do I get like a trunk and put all the stuff that I want to keep that's his, but keep it somewhere else, like at my mom's house or something? That might actually be an option, really. Just to not, like, have all of his stuff here, because it's like every place, I mean, and that's the other thing too, like every place I look at, like everywhere I go, or if I hear an airplane or anything like that, I'm like, I'm so detached from life, because I see an airplane and Dennis isn't with me. I go into Savers and I see stuff. I mean, we used to go into Savers together, and that was our thing, and now I'm going into Savers without him. And I know that it's only been 3 months. And it's hard to talk about him. Learning how to breathe is important, right? So, I'm really trying hard to do a lot of soul searching and find myself, like, who am I? What am I? What do I want to be? Who do I want? What do I want in life? I mean, the transition is a goal, but it's not life. That's just part of life. What do I want to do? You know? And Christmas is coming up. And I had to tell you guys, I can't do Christmas with Javian this year. I'll do it next year. I really apologize, but I'm not in a good state of mind, and I think I don't even know what to do for the holidays right now. Can I be honest with you? Honestly, I think the best thing would be, like, a bunch of people that like to do reborning stuff. We just all rent a hotel room, a couple of hotel rooms, and just play with our babies. And have, like, what do they call those things? Like the Yankee Candle or something, where you, each person brings a gift. It could be anything, you know, it could be baby related. I'd probably stick with baby related stuff if we were going to be doing a reborn thing, but, or it would be like like whoever goes, we would have like a raffle thing where you'd have to pick, and that would be the person you'd be buying for, something like that, right? I would totally probably bring Javian with me for that. I don't know, but I gotta tell you, like, I can't even play with my babies right now. Like, I'm just so far gone mentally, and just trying to find my way back. Now, this is the thing. I'm trying not to take medication, alright? Doctors want me to take medicine. My PCP, you know, he was just like, that's really a strong drug, like, and I told him, I'm like, these drugs sometimes just make me sicker. And I think it's also learning to just being able to allow yourself to feel feelings, to have their feelings, to express your feelings appropriately without feeling like those feelings are going to kill you, even though they do feel like that. So, what I wanted to tell you or show you or something like that, so I got some of these. I got some Epsom salt with lavender. I got some melts and a melter. I got some candles. and I'm trying to train myself to, like, as you can hear, I don't know if you can hear some soothing music, so that's the only thing I can really listen to right now. TV distracts me from doing my work here, so I thought some nice soothing music would be good today. My melter thing is on. Broke it, but it's on. I got candles. My friend's coming over. My brother's coming over. I need some help just hanging up a few things. And then my brother, I bought a guitar yesterday for $20 on Let Go. And my brother's going to teach me a few chords. So, we're trying to find different things that occupy my time, enjoy my, learning to find enjoyment in things again. Just one step at a time, one day at a time. Also, I'm going to be trying to get some, going into some support groups. So I definitely need a FTM support group, transgender support group. And I need I haven't quite decided yet about the grieving. And I'm trying to utilize my therapy as therapeutic as possible. What helps me sometimes, and I'm going to talk about this only because other people are transgender in the reborn community, whether you know it or not. And this is really uncomfortable for me to talk about because it's so private and personal. But I feel if I don't share it, then other people can't express themselves the way I try to myself personally with my personal time. So there's clothes that I call them my transgender clothes because it's something that I wouldn't wear in public because this exposes my body too much right now. I mean, I'm hoping maybe eventually I'll feel comfortable wearing them, but not now. I'm like, my butt's too big, my hips are too wide, my stomach's too fat, I got too much fat on my face, like I really feel fat really badly. And I'm really not a fat person, that's the thing, like that's why I think, I'm hoping that I don't become anorexic over this. But I have a couple of Packers, and boxer briefs, I never really were in them, and they are uncomfortable, but I try to, I'm really trying to work through that so I can wear them. So boxer briefs kind of like hold Packers in, and I don't feel comfortable wearing Packers out of here. But what I do is I might put like some sexual music on, something that I can think about, like a relationship with the person I'm looking for and want, and maybe doing some dancing, but actually having the Packer on me. I'm using my binder. They have binders that it helps with the dysphoria. Not really as much with people that are so big-breasted like myself, but with it helps during that time that I'm doing it. And you might dance, or you might do sexual behaviors. Obviously I'm not talking about like touching yourself. I'm talking about just like imagining sexual things with a partner, even though it's not really happening, right? I don't know how to explain it. It's something so deep and out there. I kind of feel like I'm missing out on the sexual aspect of life that everybody else seems to have but me because of that. And how can you have sex with somebody else when you can't even feel comfortable with your own body? Like yes, I've had sexual relationships with a woman as a man and enjoyed it. Like, liked it, enjoyed it, and kind of miss that. Yes, you feel a little uncomfortable because you have to, use devices. But it's kind of the best of both worlds when you think about it, because some women don't like it too big and others like it really big. And if you're transgender and you're cool about it, you let your girlfriend pick out what size she wants instead of the other way around. But going, keep talking about, packers and prosthetics. So STPs are devices where you can stand up and pee. And and they have some that are like packers and STPs, and that's what I got. It costs like $700. I'm paying it off. It's a prosthetic, so it's really expensive. It's good quality. It probably feels pretty real. They also have one that's for a sexual, I forget what they call them. I think they're called pack and plays or something like that. So you can pack with them or you can play with them. I would like to get one of those eventually. The other cool thing about these particular ones is they're adhesive. So it would feel more like on your body versus like just a foreign object touching your body, I think. I don't know how I'll feel about it. You're probably asking me about how I feel about bottom surgery. I've let my family know that I'm keeping it on the table. They do skin grafts, and they do it on your arm. And I don't want it on my arm. I'd rather have it on both legs versus my arms. So I'm hoping that I can discuss that with a doctor and see if that can be an option. If it's not an option, do I really want to go that far? Do I, want to do that or not? Now, tips for people that do have bottom surgery and do have that thing on their arm and feel dysphoric about it. They have these things that they're sleeves, but they're called tattoo sleeves. And you could literally just wear a tattoo sleeve. I think that would be probably something I would do. And the cool thing about that is you can just take it off and then put a new one on, and it would have different tattoos, and that would be kind of like, that would be an option. That would be something I'd be willing to do. But it does make some people really dysphoric about it. I would want to do the surgery that allows you to have sex with somebody else. So it is, I think, a little bit more of a more complicated surgery than some other ones that just allow you to pee and whatever. I don't even know. But I'm really not sure. I can't really answer that. I do know that it's a long process. You have to be on testosterone for a year. You have to have top surgery. You have to have the full hysterectomy, blah blah blah, all those organs out, which I want out anyways. And hopefully when we talk in a year, I'll have a whole new mindset and maybe a girlfriend. Who knows? My friend thinks that I should at least try. My friend Chris, we've been friends since high school, and we've been through thick and thin, ups and downs, hard times, good times, and I'm so proud of him from where he was to where he is today. And he's had it tough, and I look up to him, He's just a good friend to have. He's a cool guy, and he's always treated me he's you're a guy, he's always, because I try to explain to these, to everybody that's close to me that, this transition is really a bigger deal. Things are going to be different. You're going to see different things, and they're just dude, we're cool with it. Whatever. You got to do what you got to do, man. I've always seen you as a guy anyways. My friend Chris calls me Jay. So, he's the only one that calls me Jay. So sometimes, when he introduces me to when he calls me Jay to somebody else, I have no idea who he's talking, who those people are talking about. Because I only know it by recognizing by his voice, and that's it. So it's his own little, thing. He calls me Jay. For me, a long time ago, when I was a teenager, I Picked out the JC. It does stand for my first and middle name, and I decided to keep a J and a C for the first and middle name as a male name, so it was easy for everybody to transition with me. So my mom still has a hard time, and she still slips up, but she's doing really good though. She, when she messes up, she corrects herself now, which is good. She knows that I feel that uncomfortable. My stepfather, he's still having a hard time with it, but you know what? I love my stepfather a lot, and if it was my dad being disrespectful like that, that'd be another story. I know it's not going to be easy for my family with my transition. My brother, my big brother, he's pretty cool about it. He's already, I told him that, with your kids, you might want to start calling me uncle and he, using the he pronouns and calling me JC. He called me J-Dog. He's like, guys call their guy friends dog, so we'll just call you J-Dog. I'm like, okay, whatever, as long as it's not my birth name. And then he's just like, hey, J Doggy Dog or whatever. I'm just like, whatever. As long as it's not my birth name. One thing I want to fight about, though, is I need to look into this and find a way to voice my thoughts about it. And if anybody else who's transgender, who's already transitioned and is listening to this, I want to know if you guys can help. Because the one thing that they don't change is your birth certificate. I think that there needs to be something out there for the transgender community that when we actually do transition, that they could have our birth name and then our new legal name on our birth certificate and have a new birth certificate. I don't even care if it says transgender birth certificate. I don't even care. I would rather have, a T on my driver's license than an F. An M might confuse people if you haven't fully transitioned. T would at least give people a heads up, being like, okay, transition, It doesn't have to stand for transgender. Just be like, transitioning. Don't want to have a sex. It's okay. It's just, I want that changed. Like, it makes me sick to know that I can't change my birth certificate. And I am going to find, and I need anybody's help that can help me find out how we can do this. I also want to know if anybody else feels the same way, who's transgender and doesn't like that idea of not being able to change it on your birth certificate. They can make it, can guarantee you they can make it in a way where it can be acceptable for all parties. I just don't know how to go about it. Do you talk to the governor? Do you talk to, who do you talk to make that happen? I have no idea how to even go about something like that. But I'm going to fight it. I want to fight it. I want to find a way to fix that. And everybody else fights about stupid things in this world when, I know you might think that what I'm talking about is stupid, but at least it could help other people. So we're trying to find peace. I mean, as you can see, just me talking to you guys, I'm sure you see I seem calmer, more cool and collective, whatever. I am still struggling with harming myself and overdosing and that stuff, but it's also how you train your brain. So right now I'm really trying to focus on stretching, breathing, peace, going through my clothes. It's very sad day. I don't want to get rid of some of my clothes, but I would like to get new clothes, and I can't do that, and I feel really like just everything's everywhere and I'm not wearing anything. Like, how does that help me? So, feel that if I got my place in order, it might make me feel a little better. It's not going to be done overnight. And that's the other thing, too. That's the big thing, is really just getting to the point for me to say, hey, JC, you know what? You can't fix these problems overnight. For me, it's hard to, like, live in the moment, to live in the, you know, like, I need to know what the week is. Like, I need every detail what's going to happen that week. Like, I need to know where am I going, how am I doing it. And I got to tell you, like, when I have a doctor's appointment, for example, and it's just one doctor's appointment, and let's just say I'm done at 12, or it doesn't matter what time, I don't know what to do with myself for the rest of the day. I'm lost. Like, I need 110% structure. Even if that meant, like, okay, you have to go home and you're going to clean. Yeah, like, I have to mentally prepare myself for these things. Same thing with, like, swimming or anything like that. It's like, I have to mentally prepare myself the day before, get myself ready, organized. And I feel if, like right now I have a whole bunch of crap just scattered everywhere. And, I mean, come on, you guys know how crazy I can get like that. Yeah, like, I think that there just needs to be a couple of different things that I do so I can, focus, you know, and be a little bit more calmer and peace, and be like, okay, JC, you know what? It's not going to happen overnight. Your things are not going to get done overnight. But you'll get there. And not to rush anything. I mean, there are projects that I want to do. There are things that I want to do, and it stresses me out because I don't have enough time to do all my projects I want to do and get them done, you know? Like, I have projects I've been wanting to do for, like, 4 years. Like, rewrite all my journals into one journal. I write music. I sing music. I have nodulars on my voice box, so it's hard, but I love to sing. I don't like my voice, but I do like to sing. I like to write. I am writing again, and I think writing a book would be helpful for me. I do have a couple of notebooks that I got at Savers the other day, and I'm going to have one book where I write, like, letters to Dennis, but obviously I can't send them. But it'd be nice to just have them so I can, like, it's kind of like talking to him, I guess. Like, do whatever you have to do to make you move on, I guess. And it really helps. So, just trying to, you know, like, I see stuff around here and I just don't have any connection with anything right now. Like, that dog that I bought a dog for Javian. Actually, there's 2 stuffed animal doggy things. And, I don't feel connected to anything. I don't feel connected to my babies. I don't feel connected to anything. And I think that if I got my place in order, that I would feel a little bit more comfortable. Now, yes, this place is really small, and the walls are like this, so it makes me really, like, it stresses me out, like, coming home, and I'm such in a small place. But I have to tell you, I do like where my bed is. It's like that peaceful corner, because I do like the couch right there. I don't have to see anything coming at me. I don't have to, you know, it's peaceful. And actually, last night I ended up falling asleep to this music. It's called Soundscapes or something like that. So it's just really peaceful, calming, you know. And last night I did do the bath. Fell asleep in the bath, but woke up. And then I came out here and I put a blanket on the blanket on the rug, and I was really trying to relax and breathe and stretch. And then I cried and I wanted to kill myself again. But I just had to say, JC, you know what? You know, it's okay to cry. You can let it out. Crying is okay. I guess it's a form of release, and maybe if I actually do that, like, I've been avoiding crying Dennis's death, like, just not happening, not crying, not, you know, like, I sometimes would tear up, but then that would be it. Like, I just couldn't get myself to cry, and I think I just have to finally give in to myself and just allow myself to say, hey, you know what? It's okay to feel these feelings. Go ahead and have a cry. And that cry actually made me, like, I couldn't sleep last night. So after crying and then trying to calm myself down, because what I'm trying to do is, like last night, stimulant. So what's going on right here around you? Today, it's during the day. So right now, what you see around is the lighting. So last night, what I did is, obviously you need to turn the lights on to do what you needed to do. But I got my little warmer thing. I got my bath ready. I put some really soothing music, and I turned all the lights off. You had the TV light, you had the candles, and I think to start with, I had the light on in the kitchen. So when I was in the bathroom, but when I came out, it was down. It was time to turn that even down, and that helped to just bring. So I'm going to actually incorporate some of that into everyday night routine to kind of train my brain that, okay, now it's time to calm down. If I need to cry during that time, it's okay, let's do that. And I noticed that, like, when I want to hurt myself or I have these feelings and stuff, really laying on the floor really helps. I know writing helps too, but at night, when you need to calm yourself down to be able to go to sleep, that's what I need to do. And last night, I think I must have done this from like 11 to like 3 in the morning. 4 in the morning, I'm sorry. I didn't go to sleep until 4. So I think what I need to start doing is probably about 9:30, 10 o'clock every night. So, like, I eat at 9. So I think what I'll do is, like, when I start eating at 9, and that's my time, like, that's my time to say, okay, it is time to eat, take a bath. So I'll get my bath ready, I'll take my bath, and now it's time to relax. Put the soothing music on. Stop with stimulation. Now, TV is a stimulant. So, no more TV. You put the music on. You turn the lights down low. Get your body ready for the following day. You know, like, if I'm doing the bath and whatever's happening the next day, get your outfit ready for the following day. Get your stuff ready for the following day. Have it ready to go. Decide what you're going to eat for the following day. All that stuff. Last night, when I was doing the bath thing, I grabbed a Medifast hot chocolate. I had a nice warm hot chocolate in a bathtub. I've never done that in my life. What I do need to do, though, is I need to find something for in the bathtub to support my body a little better. Like, my bathtub's not long enough for me, and I'm short, so I feel bad for somebody, like I need a bigger bathtub. But actually a hot tub would probably be good. I thought the YMCA has a hot tub. I'll have to find out. And I'll have to ask the PT guy if he thinks that would be a good idea instead to start with before doing the whole swimming thing. Like, just take a step back for a second. You know, and when you're in the hot tub, you're listening to that soulful music and blah, 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 you know? So I'll have to ask him, because my muscles are really aching me. And the bath is not big enough for that, so I think they do have a hot tub. I'll have to find that out. So, I'm just trying to think. Sorry. I apologize. Yeah, I'm just wasting time. Yeah, that's really all I can tell you. I mean, I'm just trying to. So, this week coming up, so I was really concerned about staying home for 4 days by myself. Um, I have a goal in mind, which is to get this place in order, figure out what is important. I think it might be important to maybe let go or like put into a box of Dennis's stuff and letting it stay at my mom's house for now. And then, you know, as time goes by, if I want to continue, you know, I can either go to it or I can let it go. Like, you know what I mean? I think having too much of his stuff may not be healthy for me either. I need to learn to become my own man, not. And that's the hard thing for me is like I've spent the last 10 years just liking what Dennis likes. So I don't know what I like. I don't know what kind of guy stuff I like. I liked what he liked because he was a guy, and I just enjoyed what he liked because he liked it. And I'm very open-minded to stuff like that. So, you know, but not having a social life, that's tough. Like, and it's hard for me to come home at night. Like, and if I come home at night, it doesn't even matter what time. And I noticed that, like, the earlier I come home, the worse it is for me right now. I think if I made my home more homey and had more of a routine when I'm coming home to make it more relaxing for me. Yeah, that kind of stuff. So, my family's been really cool, and I can't thank them enough for their help. I feel really bad that they have to do this, but they just been really supportive financially. You know, they're there for me. I can't really talk to my family about things. I mean, yes, I do tell them like what's going on and stuff, but I try not to really talk too much about it just because they don't want to hear it. They've been hearing things like this for 30 years. Like, they don't need to continue hearing every little detail. And my mom agreed with me. They do think that I need some group therapy, like a support group for that. And I definitely do. And it's also been hard because of the transition. It's been so difficult. Not even on a therapeutic dose. I just feel like I'm wasting, you know, everybody's time for like 3 weeks, and I was really happy that I got to see the doctor, but I feel bad that I was in such a bad frame of mind. But I told them everything because I wanted them to understand what was going on, and I even told them, you know, they almost had me admitted last night, and I'm really worried that my transition, and I'm just like, I'm so dysphoric, and it's making me sick, and blah, 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 and yeah, it was not an easy night, and, you know, but I don't know, I just have to, you know, find, you know, I think one thing that might help, even though I can't always do it with people, you know, Dennis and I, we always wanted to go and do different things, you know, maybe just taking a ride somewhere new, different, go to the beach, you know, go places, do stuff. Right now, I'm not going to be doing anything with Javian, and I apologize. I was working on some stuff for him, but I'm letting you guys know I really need to take care of myself mentally, and Javian is heavy. I do have a stroller for him, but right now I'm just not mentally there. I can't even hold my babies. The other night I tried, and it's just really hard for me. I think once I get my place in order, I think what might help, and I can do videos with it, is maybe doing some bottle feedings with some of my babies and really feeling it again. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they do comfort me, and they do make me feel better. So maybe trying to do those things and doing a changing video and those kind of things. But please just give me some time, guys. I love you guys. You guys have been so supportive. You guys, to be honest with you, have been the ones that have kept me going, I guess you could say, like the support. Just know that no matter what you say to me, there is nothing that you can say to me that is going to fix anything. I know you want to make it better, but the only person that can do that is myself. I'm here to express myself to you guys, to hopefully be able to help other people when they go through what I'm going through, or even if it's a little bit. Now, also, I'm bipolar, so that has been probably a small little factor this month. I'm getting dysphoric, guys. I'm sorry. My hair is, like, just looking at me for an hour has really played a number on my head. I feel uncomfortable on camera, yes. Always have. But I'm not afraid to, I guess it would be different if I had an audience. Like, I can't do a video with someone in the room. Now, Dennis, I was fine with. And maybe when I get a girlfriend and I like her and she knows me, because in order for me to have a girlfriend, you have to accept my babies. I'm not getting rid of my babies because of that. Not gonna happen. And I'm hoping also that, having the babies would possibly bring me and my girlfriend closer, because it's one thing that is kind of girly that we could do together. Like, that's, I mean, as much as a guy I am, that could be the one, like, girl bond thing I could have with my girlfriend. So, but I'm really good at sharing, but when it comes to my babies, I'm really overprotective of them. So I would really have to trust you and respect you, and, you'd have to earn your trust. I have allowed, my friends to hold my babies here and there if I trusted you. If I knew you weren't going to be, abusive. Because just because you have friends doesn't mean they understand it, and they don't understand the value of them. But I would love to be able to have a girlfriend where I can, I'm not asking her to share the hobby, but could enjoy, could talk to me, could do videos with me, could, but also I love arts and crafts. I love to do other things besides, I love music. I love a lot more things than you guys realize. I mean, I love Legos. Love toys. I never want to grow up, so please don't make me ever grow up. It's hard though for me because everything I see Dennis, and that's really hard. Like, to just, I mean, the doctor's office, they know Dennis, but at the same token, it makes it easier to talk about him because they knew him. And his nurse, when we were talking, or my nurse, if they're our nurse, we really like her. She's really cool. And I thought it was weird because I do better at socializing with guys than girls, and she's like, I have more guy friends than girl friends. It's just, that's the way it is. They're just easier. So I'm like, okay, I don't feel so, awkward that I don't like talk, I don't know, having too many, I need more testosterone in my life. How's that for an answer? I feel like during my transition, that would definitely help me. My PT guy of all guys, and I'm able to talk to him about, and I think he respects me that I'm so open and honest with him about maybe too much. I don't know, but I just hope that he can help me. I can already tell you he's helping me in my transition. I just want to get to that step where my body's doing well enough where I can, I don't want my body to hold me back from getting the body that I want. what I see. I know I'm not going to necessarily have a six-pack. It's really hard to achieve. But to have a stomach that isn't there, it's just a flat stomach. It doesn't necessarily have to be muscle, but just to not have fat would make me feel better. And I know you guys are probably saying, well, you could do liposuction, but really? Is it really going to have to come to that? I mean, I think I'll feel a little better if I lose another 30 pounds of the fat. If I am exercising a little bit more, my situation is a little easier to deal with from just the name change and all that stuff, and not having to worry about paying the storage unit anymore. That's another $125 in my pocket. I'm just not mentally there to sell the stuff that I want to sell, and I need help, and I have babies I want to sell, and I can't bring myself to mentally do it. I can't even take the pictures. And Dennis's camera that he so badly wanted me to buy, I need help figuring out how to use it. And I don't need to use it professionally. I want to be able to utilize another camera. I can't see the quality. I want to be able to edit, and I have nobody to help me figure out how to do this. I want my videos to be better. I want them to, but right now we're just going to have to do what we can do. And hopefully, by next year after, top surgery and I get better, I can finally start focusing on stuff like that and finally get my videos to be better. I apologize for the lack of baby videos. I'm sorry for the last year taking you on this roller coaster ride, and boy has it been a roller coaster ride, right guys? And I thank you guys for sticking with me through the ups and the downs. And I also want to welcome all my new subscribers, and I am still going to be doing that giveaway once I get enough people entered. And all it is you gotta my P.O. box is in the descriptions. All you gotta do is send me a letter, and you might want to look at the video of what you need to put in there. But it's really easy. But I have so many things to give away, and I want to give away, but I want to do giveaways. I want to do things. And when you write me a letter, I'm going to write you back. Right now, I just haven't been in the right... I have 3 letters I got. I don't know if there's any more right now, but I just haven't been in the right frame of mind to write you guys back. But I definitely am planning on it. So, just in time. So, I think that's it, guys. I have been on here for an hour and 20 minutes. I'm sorry. I hope you learned something. I still have a lot of anxiety and a lot of things I'm working through. And you know what? Sometimes playing dress up and feeling your clothes and figuring out what you want and don't want and stuff like that. I found out a few things because I have been doing some soul searching, which I don't know really how to do that. I don't know what that means, what that entails. I'm afraid to get too deep in my head. But I found out that color affects mood. So, that's what I'm working on. Color. That's why I have like my white, I have my yellow, but let me explain something to you about color. So for me, when my dysphoria is really bad, colors are really hard for me. Like, I was even having a hard time with my gray and my black and my, you know, but I really want to fight through that. And maybe I would feel better if I had, if I wore colors. So I think white is like a calming color. Right now, like I said, I was just trying things on, and I mean, I feel dysphoric and everything, so what makes me feel less dysphoric, I guess. The other thing, too, is, like, last year I bought these, and for Christmas, and I've never worn these. I've never worn this shirt, and I've never worn these pants, because I think each of them were, like, almost $100, and that's not like me to spend that kind of money. But for some reason, I like clothes that don't look so baggy. I was always into baggy stuff, and let's just tell you this. JC doesn't like to get rid of stuff. When I mean, like, I still have pants from high school. Clothes, I think, are one of the hardest things for me to give up. Because they never... Like, I was always into Jinkos, and do I keep my Jinkos? Do I not keep my Jinkos? Do I, you know, like, I feel really like, you know, I have pants that I really like, and I'm like, am I going to wear them? Do I really want to keep them? Do I let them go? Do I put them aside? I don't know. Like, I don't know, you know. I think some of the ones that, like, I really like and don't want to get rid of, I think what I'll do is I'll keep them for after my transition, and if I still feel like I don't like them, like, maybe I'll like them better after I transition versus right now. So that's why I'm saying, like, I think there just needs to be some things that I need to just keep for after transition, keep, and go through it then, and not keep them in my home for right now, and then worry about those for future. So keep only the things that you would actually physically wear right now. And I think that's really all I can tell you guys. I mean, this week we got PT 3 times this week coming up. I'm going to the testosterone doctor for hopefully the Chi-Ching on Tuesday, so I can finally do my own T-shot. And I will tell you that when I do my first T-shot at home by myself, like, thumbs up, I can finally do it on my own, I will do that on camera so you guys can see. And if you guys don't like needles, that would be a good time not to watch. I am very dysphoric about my stomach, and that's where it has to go, but I'm gonna do what I gotta do so I can show you and help other people. I guess it was really complicated about the subcutaneous, and you can do it subcutaneously. And for people that are transgender, subcutaneous, when you're doing testosterone subcutaneously, it's not going in, it gets slowlier. Am I saying it right? It absorbs in your body slower, so you're not getting like a spike real fast and then a spike down, and that's not good for your mental health. So subcutaneous is actually better and healthier for my mental state, and doing it every week. So I'm really hoping. There are, I do still, like, I don't want you to think I'm not gonna do my Etsy shop. I need to kind of figure out things, but I feel that if I was able to work on some stuff for my Etsy shop, that makes me feel great. Just making stuff makes me feel good. Like, that is what really makes me feel good. And I think maybe because I haven't been able to do it, maybe that's why I'm getting sick. I don't know. I really enjoy it. I enjoy rooting. This baby right here is going to be for sale once I'm done with her. She's still got hair to be rooted. So, those babies, I need to sell those and get them out of here. I think that's another thing that's stressing me out, and you know, and then people want to see photos, and these babies are already packed and ready to go. They're cheap. You know, it's kind of like a take it or leave it kind of thing, because those babies are actually stressing me out more than it's worth. You know, if you go on my Etsy shop and you see a baby that you like on there, I'm even willing to negotiate at this point, just so I can get them out of here. The last one, not so much. I really like Jayla, but the other ones, like, I'm definitely willing to work something out. And that's why it looks like it only has one. It's because that way that if we wanted to do it like through PayPal, Etsy doesn't have to know. That's why there's just one. So you're seeing 4 pictures or 4 different babies, and I talk about the 4 different babies. But if you saw one on there and I was able to give you a better price than what I have on there through PayPal, I am willing to do that. I need to let these babies go. They're, you know, they're not for serious collectors. They're not to that quality, but they're good for people that either can't afford it, are looking for one for Christmas for their kid. You know, stuff like that. Jayla's the only one that is really, I think, done the best. The other 3 I did. The 2 boys were my newer work. Was my older work. The other one was my better of work. But I just need to move them out of here and be done with it. So I don't know, guys. This is just not easy, and just trying to find me again, I guess. Just really trying to do it without medicine. I don't want to take medicine. Medicine makes my muscles ache. They make my brain ache. They make me sick. And I just want to do this on my own, and I think I can do it. I'm not really like a spiritual person, but I think I need some spiritual guidance. And I'm not talking about God. I'm just talking about there's some things I need to talk about. So I'm trying to find the help in the spiritual aspect of things. I know you guys don't know this because I don't talk about it, but I am Jewish. But I don't practice it. Like, yeah, if we have Hanukkah, I do Hanukkah. If we eat Jewish food, we eat Jewish food. But if you ask me any questions about any Judaism, I wouldn't know anything, except I know we're cheap. I like Christmas better. I feel like I missed out on some things, like, you know, Santa and all those things. And I would be looking for a spiritual guidance, I think, in the Catholic area, because Dennis was Catholic, and there's just some things that I think that maybe that would bring me closer to him, possibly. I mean, he was never really a spiritual guy, but, you know, he was Catholic. He raised his kids Catholic, you know, and I think I just need to talk to a priest, I guess, if those are the people you talk to. So, but anyways, I'm gonna get going, guys. If you like this video, don't forget to like down below. Feel free to leave any comments. And I think that's all I can talk about right now. If you guys have any questions, I apologize for anything inappropriate that I've said in here. I do miss my babies. I know you guys do too. But I really I need to find me again. I'm really, really lost. But I know that it's not just Dennis, which makes me feel better. It's just really... you also have to understand too that this past year, I just watched the man that I love die in front of me for 7, 8, 9 months. On top of that, I moved us like 1,000, 2,000, whatever miles away from our families, to 2 months later getting sick, to fighting to get back up. I had to do all the packing while caring for a sick man and worrying about he's going to die on me any second. That worry, and we were homeless for 3 weeks, and while we were homeless, we were still, he was hospitalized while we were homeless, so there was like no place for us to go and our stuff, and it was just, and then treatment, and just watching him just die and get sicker and sicker and wanting to die was really what killed me, I think. And I have so much guilt and regret and stuff like that. So, these are the things, I think, for me, just finding peace that, grief doesn't happen in a day. It doesn't resolve in a day. Dysphoria doesn't happen overnight. And just knowing that this is not something that I can work through in a day, a week, 2 weeks. It's something that I have to work on for years. And it's taking one day at a time, taking one life, one step at a time. Embracing new things. That's really the key for me right now, is learning to go out of my comfort zone and find the inner peace and learn new things. I love to learn, and whatever I gotta do to live life, right? I would like to have a job, but I don't think I would be physically or mentally able to. I really am hoping to be able to have my own organizing business. That's what I really would like. So that's really like what I would want to do, but can I do it? And if I can't get my body right, how can I do it? You know what I mean? Like, how can I be able to physically do labor if I can't not be in pain, I'm in a lot of pain today, man. Really a lot of pain. So that's really all I can tell you today, and we'll get there, and I'll do an update. I'm gonna not do any more videos this weekend. I'm gonna really try and focus on me. If I need to do a video because I'm having a hard time or something like that, or whatever, I will, but I think I just need to really focus internally and find me again. I know I'm in there somewhere, right? But you know what it is? I mean, you know me. We all know who I am. We all know what I like. I think this is just a different kind of, like, knowing, I guess. And even though you feel uncomfortable with things, to be okay about it and do it anyways. Like, I feel uncomfortable having a girlfriend because people are going to assume we're gay, and we're not. Like, it wouldn't be that, So, yeah. Maybe I'll have to call my ex-girlfriend and talk to her, and she'll make me feel better. She'll be like, JC, wise up, come on. So, my ex-girlfriend, we're really close. We've always been close. If you're wondering if we could ever get back together, the answer would be no. I kind of wouldn't, been there, done that. How's that? Like, but she was definitely a part of my life that I needed and had during that time. And I value our friendship more than anything else. So, but yeah. So, that's really it. I'm hoping that I can, you know, find new friends and get more, you know, people in my life that I can see and hang with and do stuff. See, this is the thing. I don't drink. I really don't do drugs. When I'm in this mental state, be careful, because if you handed me a drug, I probably would do it. Because I'd be like, fuck it, like, whatever. But I'm not. It's not something I want to do. You know, I don't. And now I don't eat. I don't eat out. I don't eat any food. Like, I'm very, very OCD about what I'm eating now. I like that, but I like it and I don't like it. And I've been using the MyFitnessPal, so it helps me keep track of what I am doing and my behaviors, and if I need to help fix that. But anyway, speaking of food, my food was supposed to. It's okay. I ate, like, I think maybe about 10:30, so it's 1 something now, so it's still okay, but I need to go ahead and have something. Probably have a yogurt. That's what I'll have. Alright, guys. I will see what I can do about this apartment. Oh, just so you know, you want to take a real quick spin around the room real quick? I'm going to show you why I feel so, like, you know that I don't like to have messes, right? And all I see is one big, gigantic mess. Now do you see why I'm freaking out? Just this stuff alone is driving me nuts. So I don't know, guys. You guys all need to come over here and help me clean it, right? I'm sure you're laughing at me because you're like, JC, I need you to come to my house and clean my house. At some point, once I get this place in order, I will do an organization video and show you everything, finally, after freaking almost being here for, like, I don't know, what, 8 months, 9 months? I don't even know. I don't know. Since February. And I'm still unpacking. That's what's making me so sick about this, is I'm still unpacking. Like, I want to move on with my life, and I'm still unpacking. What the hell? I've been unpacking for a freaking year. Packed, unpacked. No, packed, moved, unpacked, repacked, moved again. Didn't have our stuff for a month. Had to buy more stuff just to hold us over. Packed, unpacked, didn't finish unpacking. Couldn't really bring a lot of stuff because Dennis was so sick here. So we tried to just keep stuff that we could only, that we only needed. You know, we didn't have all this stuff, and yeah. So now it's, you know, I like to be able to see stuff, so I like use like the walls and these things. I don't know if you saw that, like over there. You seeing that over there? Right over there. Right there. So I make pacifiers for the miniature babies, and how am I going to be able to see what I have already made? And then I can kind of coordinate, like if I'm doing a theme, now I can say, oh, okay, so I have, you know, a butterfly, okay, and it's pink, and I need a pink, and I pick out the size passy that I would need to make with it, and yeah, so I make those either with nipples or without nipples, so it depends if you need it for a reborn or you need it for a silicone baby, but I make them both ways. You know, that's really what I think needs to happen. Like, I just need to get my shit together here, okay, excuse my French, and start making stuff for my Etsy shop, because that's really what makes me feel the best. I love to work with my hands, I love to be creative, and it's just not having the time, and it stresses me out, and I think we're gonna have to, once I get this place in order, my mom asked me if they could help, and I'm like, this is something only I can do. You know, it is. It's only something that I can do. Oh, man. Just really in pain today. I had a massage yesterday. I don't know if massages make you feel worse first before making you feel better. We will be doing massages. So I have PT Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So after PT on Thursday, I'm going for the next massage so we can see if it helps on Friday and all that stuff. But how are these things going to work for me if I'm not working at home making me better? I need to tone down and relax and feel my body and do the breathing and listen to the music that doesn't make me want to kill myself, and you know what I mean? So it's really a big thing for me. So you know, and the other thing too is, why do I have 3 TVs? Do I really need 3 TVs? Do I sell one of them? I really have a hard time giving things out. How's that for an answer? Like, I don't like throwing things away. I don't like getting rid of things. I don't like, you know, that's really, really hard for me. You know, and I don't know, just like... Anyways, I'll let you guys go. I'm gonna get to work here, and I hope you guys have a good weekend, and I will see you soon. If you liked the video, don't forget to like down below. Feel free to leave any comments, and I will make this promise to you that if I did feel like I was going to actually kill myself, I will go get help first, okay? So don't worry. Not to worry, people. I've been there, done that. I know what to do in case of an emergency, and I would probably just call 911 if I really needed help. Like, if I couldn't control it. See, cutting is one thing. I'm not trying to cut myself to kill myself. I'm just trying to cut myself. But it's also not healthy. And then it hurts for a while. Which I'm okay with. And the overdosing, I'm not, like, taking a whole bottle. But boy, have I thought about it. And if I ever really thought I was going to do that, yes, I would get help first. So, just so you guys are not, like, going, oh my god, this person's gonna hurt themselves and there's nothing I can do because I don't know where they are and blah blah blah. But I just wanted you guys to be reassured that, as you can witness this week, that I did, I guess, reach out for help, even though I wasn't really looking for that kind of help. I was just looking for somebody to talk to for a second, and that was fine. So, yeah. So that's it. You guys have a good weekend. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys back here the next time. Okay?